Hi, I am going to share with you today the single greatest opportunity that I have ever seen in my entire life. I've been successful with business before in my life, but it got its head cut off when COVID hit. We were in the food business, the food truck industry, at big ass festivals, and that thing got its head cut off. Since then, I've tried to start tons of other businesses, and I've failed at tons of other businesses before that business. And it wasn't until my life hit absolute turmoil for essentially 3 years since my business went under, when I found Jesus. I had just left my job as a remote salesperson. The reason that I left was that I hadn't made a sale in over 2 months, which is because the company got caught embezzling money from their clients. Horrible. And I didn't want my name anywhere near them and that company. So I left. And it was wintertime at the time, so I started putting up Christmas lights for old people in a golf course neighborhood. I actually made, pretty decent money. Charged $350 a house for a setup, and then I came back and took them all down. But once the Christmas season was up, I had to find a job. So I had applied for months for a remote closer position. I had been building a deep relationship with God through this struggle point of my life. And everything just started to click, like Legos. The building blocks of that relationship just started to stack, and my communication with what you can't see started to grow stronger. I still hadn't got a job as a remote closer in months. And I'm a kick-ass salesman, which to me was God's way of saying, you don't need a job. I will be your CEO. Let me supply you with a product that you can sell, you don't have to fulfill, and you also don't have to have a boss. I said, okay, God, this is the route, this is the path that I'm supposed to take. I see you, I hear you. Let's go. I scheduled the test, I started studying, and 10 days later I had my life insurance license. I had essentially ran out of money at the time. I'm paying a lot in rent. I was eating a lot of boxed Walmart mac and cheese with tuna fish just to get my protein up. The struggle and the suffering was real. I smile and laugh about it now, but in those times, I was in a giant, deep, dark pit of depression and sadness. As a man, we are supposed to provide for our women. And I can't tell you how many times that we went to Walmart and got the cheapest food that we could possibly find. And I said to my wife, this is the last time. I'm so grateful to have this level of desperation and feeling of depression and poorness, financial turmoil. Because when we get out of it, which is going to happen very soon, is what I would tell my wife, it's going to feel so much better on the other side. Because we know what it feels like to be here. Little did I know it was going to be a little bit longer. I had invested and continued to invest all of my money into advertisements for geriatric people on disability. These people didn't want to talk to me at all. They would fill out forms on Facebook like it was Farmville. I've had several old people tell me that they just filled the form out so they could see what it says at the end of the form. And I am out here selling my bodily fluids twice a week, my plasma from my blood, to pay for these leads, to pay for rent. And the people that are answering the phone after I just spent hours with a needle in my arm to pay for them are telling me essentially to fuck off, never call me again. It was one of the hardest times that I've gone through emotionally. And that lasted a while. I mean, over a month. Didn't sell a single life insurance policy. And at that point, this is what God has led me to. And I got to the point where I was very frustrated with God. And I think we all will get to that point if we haven't already. Get to the point where we get angry with God. And it's just like any other relationship. It's healthy. It's okay. But I said, God, I have done everything. I've trusted you. I've had faith in every way and every path that you've told me to take. Why am I here feeling this way with nothing to show for it? And I just received this answer of you hate the people you're talking to. You hate your life right now because you're spending your life talking to these people. Who do you like talking to? Who do you want to spend your time on the phone with? And the first thing that came to my head was business owners and younger people like myself. People that are trying to protect their families and get health insurance so that if anything happens to their kids or their wife, that they're protected. And self-employed people, business owners, they don't get insurance through their companies because they own their own business. They don't get benefits. And it was the day after we came to that conclusion of that's the route we want to take. I had been divinely put in contact with someone who does exactly that and can bring me on. Give me a contract. I had to get my health insurance license first, so that took about a week. My first week, my bank account went from $300 to $3,400 because I had made $3,000 and it was deposited into my account in the first week that I started calling people. Now let me remind you that I had just spent months, well actually half of the year, not making any money. Nothing worked. I was desperate, calling people every single day, getting hung up on, hated by these customers. And the first week that I started selling health insurance to business owners, the clients are amazing. They love me. I can talk to them like I'm their best friend. And they buy because they actually want the product. They need the product. And it sells so easily. And from that point, I never turned back. That was it. That was the moment. I had just found my opportunity, the greatest opportunity, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But the greatest opportunity that I could have possibly imagined was set up for me by the grace of God. And I took full advantage of it. And now we're here. And I believe now that it is my divine purpose to bring you out of a similar situation to what I went through. I feel like God put me through that so that I can connect far deeper on an emotional level to anybody that's going through a hard financial time. And now I know the answer, how to get out of it, because I've done it all. I've went through the hardships, through the depression, through the tuna mac and cheese eating, telling my wife it's gonna be over soon, and it just never happens. I've been through it all. And now I can assist you in guiding you out. I think God set me up perfectly. And now I want to share the opportunity with you. But I first want to kind of explain what this opportunity, how it weighs as far as, what a golden opportunity should look like. A good opportunity should have great timing. You should be able to get in it with great timing, meaning the stages of exposure. It should be in the infancy stage, not the mature stage, not the point where you can't get a job after applying for 3 months because everybody and their mom wants to be a remote closer, working from home, selling over a Zoom call or the phone. Everybody wants to do that. And so everybody's applying for the jobs. Or drop shipping, for example. Everybody talks about, you hear it everywhere. It's oversaturated. Selling on Amazon, copywriting, SMMA, all of these business ideas that all these gurus sell you on courses for. They're oversaturated and everybody knows about them, so everybody's trying to do it at the same time. And unless you're the best out of the thousands of people, millions of people trying to do it, then you're never going to make any money. And starting a business from scratch, you need money in order to fail enough times to actually succeed. If you don't have money to fall back on and be able to continue to invest in your business, you're never going to succeed because you're going to fail so many times. It's inevitable. It's how it works. And you're not going to be able to sustain yourself through the failures. So I'm not saying to never start a business. I'm saying to give yourself grace, a grace period of financial abundance so that you can have enough money and a flow of income to start the business through the failures. And that's what this is. This is the biggest boom of entrepreneurs and business owners because of the online space in human history. And what is the saying of the gold rush where the people who made the most money are the people who sold the shovels and the pickaxes? Okay, once these entrepreneurs and people want to start their businesses and go full-time on their side hustles, leaving their jobs, they lose their benefits. Guess who's going to give them health insurance once they leave? You are. And there are so many business owners that are leaving their jobs right now. It's insane, mind-blowing. Now, most of them are going to fail, but all of them need health insurance, and you're going to be the one to sell it to them. Now, any good opportunity also has to have a solid risk and reward ratio. Now, as you can see here, these are my numbers from just this last month. I spent $864 on leads, and out of that $864, I made $19,517 in commission. The risk of less than $1,000 gave me a reward of just under $20,000. So I made a 22x return for every dollar that I put in. I put $1 into this machine and it gives me 22 back. That's really all I need to say is that is the level of risk versus reward that we have here. Okay, and for you, I've set up a full-blown system with a script and all of your automations, and literally it's plug and play. All you have to do is read over the phone and share your screen and have product knowledge with a health insurance license and some E&O insurance, and you're making six figures. And I can pretty much guarantee you that. I can pretty much guarantee. If you just do the things, you don't have to start your own business. You don't have to spend a bunch of money up front. You don't have to give me $10,000 to show you how to do it. I will give you the exact system. And if you suck at it, if you are the worst insurance salesman in the world, guess what? Now you have an insurance license, which is a physical asset. Now you can get a job in the insurance industry with your insurance license, which is going to pay more than essentially any mainstream job that you're going to find. We're going to train you live on calls while you're dialing. Train you exactly on how to speak to these specific people, how to understand what they're thinking and what to say in order to get them to say yes. I'm going to go over the entire sales process with you so that you know it like the back of your hand, as well as the product knowledge, because the clients are going to be asking you questions. You're going to be a master at this. Okay? This is if you're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, you have to have some level of mastery. Okay, this isn't just a cakewalk. If you're a lazy person and you don't want to become an expert in your field, you might as well just click off right now. Because you have to work hard. This isn't like some get rich quick scheme. You have to work hard. You have to be a savage. You have to be motivated and actually want a better life for yourself and be willing to work for it. But guess what? If you have those traits, then it's a cakewalk, because you will learn the product. You will know the entire process and how to answer the questions, because we'll teach you if you're willing to learn. We're going to hang out in a live dial room and dial together as like a call center where you can actually watch and learn how people talk to these business owners, how you pitch the product, how you drop the price, how you go through the script and the certain tones that you use and the rebuttals to the objections that our clients have. You're going to learn the entire process by watching, learning, and then you get critiqued after your first, second, the 100th call, if that's what you're looking for. We will literally critique you and give you real-time advice so that you can shift how you do things in real time. And you get rewarded, not only with the pay that you get by selling the insurance itself, but we also do lots of giveaways, rewards, and we have team retreats where we're going to Sweden this year, where I think we're going to Colorado as well, and you can earn your way onto those trips, as well as inside team trips as well. We're trying to have like smaller group meets and all hang out with each other, because the team is what really matters. You're joining a network of savages, of people who are going to lift you up to where you really want to be in life. If your goal is just to join a network of humans that are trying to reach their fullest potential, then you came to the right place, because that's what we're about here, is reaching our fullest and greatest versions of ourselves and making a lot of money while we do it. And we're also going to now take the money that we make here and invest it properly, where you're going to be able to get some financial education of where to put your money so it grows. So not just spending it on bullshit and watching it all go away. We're going to invest it properly, whether that's in physical assets, cryptocurrencies, real estate, universal life policies. We have a lot of options, and we want to make sure that no one gets left behind when you could have essentially retired in 2.5, 3 years. That's our goal for every single agent that comes in here, is make enough money, invest it properly so that you can retire in 2 to 3 years. And we will hold you accountable to that. And that's what so many of us need. We need accountability, and we will hold you to it. So, how much is this program, Tyler? This sounds like an amazing opportunity. I want to be a part of it. But how much do I got to pay? Well, it's a 3 payment system. So it is 3 payments of $0. That's right. No money. You don't have to give me a single cent to join. Okay? All you have to do is get your insurance license, your health, sickness, and accident insurance license. You need to get some E&O insurance to protect yourself as an agent. You need to have a bank account that the company can direct deposit your checks into. You need to have a driver's license. You need to be 18. You need to have discipline and courage. Those are required. You need to have good communication skills, charisma, ability to problem solve, and be witty with it, as well as be coachable and have an ambitious personality. Those are all requirements to apply. And we don't accept everybody. This is an application basis. If you have previous insurance experience, that's great. If you have previous sales experience in general, perfect. If you have no previous sales experience and aren't in the insurance industry, but are you ambitious, disciplined, courageous, and coachable? That is what we're looking for. So if this is something that you really want to do, that you really want to dive into, I have all the links to what you need on this page. And once you have everything that you need, apply, and I'll see you when you make the team.